Day in a row. Day in a row.
Hey.
Day in a row. Woo. Welcome to our show. Gang, gang. Can I have some?
Oh, y'all, it's too early for this. Alright, y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the greatest channel of all time.
Will ever be.
We're doing a reaction to obviously number one on trending, Logan Paul, suicide prevention.
Oh.
Can you slide that down and what? Can you screen record? Okay. And then now slow down.
Oh shit.
Alright. Read that. I can't see that far.
Bikers, joggers, tourists, runners. Police officers searching for suicidal people went by me twice. I'm standing at the ledge, leaning over the rail with tears flowing down to the waters. And I thought to myself, absolutely nobody cares. And then the voice in my head said, jump now, and I did. And the millisecond that my hands cleared the rail and my legs flew over it was an instant regret.
Can you imagine that? What if he didn't survive?
The depression was wiped from my mind, and all I wanted to do was live, and I thought it's too late.
Kevin Hines was 19 when he jumped off the Golden Gate
What
Bridge.
did 6 high schoolers
He is
think
one of the many incredible people that I've been grateful to meet over the past 3 weeks as I aim to further understand the complexity surrounding him.
Okay, but
I try to kill myself.
she did.
I'm thinking.
Oh,
You did.
cut that
I
out.
don't do it.
I think about it.
I'm like, bro.
Like this, I be depressed. I be like, damn, but then I'm like, I don't want to hurt myself.
I'm a scaredy cat.
Yeah.
I mean, when you attempt it's like, damn.
I thought you ain't had no donuts.
You on
Oh my bad, you talking
you
about
in the middle of it. You like, damn. I actually want my life. Like that shit. It's not easy to kill yourself.
Yeah,
it's not.
you gotta have. The thing is about like people who kill themselves. You gotta have like courage to kill yourself. I know that sounds dumb, but I can't just go out and kill myself. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
It's a sensitive
Topic
to talk about.
And another thing I want to say is like y'all know everybody was mad at Logan Paul, right? Like for the video that he did. But I'm not gonna say I didn't see the big deal. But when you're like a YouTuber like that, he thought that was like a great story. Like how many times do you run into a dead body? You know what I'm saying? So he's like a reporter. Reporters don't care at some point. They're like, I just gotta get this story. And he was just trying to entertain. I don't really feel like he had like bad intentions.
His intentions weren't bad. I don't think.
Go ahead.
Suicide. And I know I've made mistakes.
This is gonna be a redemption.
I know I've let people down.
Suicide one.
But what happens when you're given an opportunity to help make a difference in the world?
The backlash against the social media star, very popular guy called Logan Paul, is in some hot water.
He's a complete and utter insensitive idiot.
Taking a break from daily
I
vlogging.
really think
He
people
says
take it
his
too far.
latest
This is
content
crazy.
was his biggest mistake.
I want to apologize to the victim and his family.
'Cause
It's time to learn from the past as they get better and grow as a human being.
He's washing
I'm
his
here to
hands
have a
with
hard
his
conversation so that those who are suffering can have easier ones. So I've never been so humbled in my life by a single event.
Yeah,
Were you kind of shocked by it?
anything.
I was shocked
You
to
can't do anything.
discover just how
Like all
big
that pressure.
this is.
I never known it.
But I think it's part of his plan. Like, think about it.
That was
If he had never
part of
done
the problem,
this,
my ignorance
he would have
of
never
something.
been like the one to been talking about suicide and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
I know while I'm not
And he
able
has a big
to
platform.
solve the problem by
Now
myself,
it's
I want to
his
be
job
part
to
of
make
the
sure his
solution.
fans don't.
And that solution began across the country in New York City. We sat down with Dr. John Draper, director of the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline.
We have to change the conversation publicly from just focusing on suicide and how something bad is happening and say, well, what do we do about it? Help people understand that the first thing they need to do is reach out and talk to somebody when they're feeling in despair.
I think as a society, as human beings, we just have to be more compassionate. And that includes me too. That's something I'm learning along this journey. And something else that Dr. Draper told me were the 5 steps that anyone can take to help prevent suicide. Step 1 is simply just ask. Ask yourself, ask others, are you thinking about suicide? And I know that sounds like a daunting question, but literally that question can save lives. Step 2, accordingly, would be just to listen. Be present, don't make any judgments, and then step 3 would be there for them, even after you've already asked, because dependability is key. Step 4 is then help them connect whether it's with a friend, a
Yeah,
family
fake
member, a local
support, that
suicide
fake love,
hotline therapist,
dead.
but help them reach out to someone so
no
they don't
pun
have to deal with
intended.
this alone. Lastly, step 5 is just check in on them, show them that you care. Call them up, say, hey, I want to make sure you're okay. Can I check in with you over the next few days? And that's how we got introduced to Kevin Hines. 17 years ago, Kevin jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge and survived.
These are individuals whose stories, when people hear them, they say, you know, maybe I can get through. As opposed to hearing stories when people haven't. And those are, unfortunately, those are the stories that we've heard before. Now we're hearing more and more stories of people being more open about it. As I was saying before, Logan, for every one person that dies by suicide, there's 287 other people that think seriously about it but don't. Those are stories, again, that have not been told. If we told those stories of people who got through it as opposed to one who didn't, imagine what kind of influence that would have on people's behavior.
When I found out that 1 in 6 high school kids seriously think about suicide, that's stunning.
Yeah.
This is such a common problem.
Logan, all I wanted was for one person to look me in my eyes and say, hey, kid, are you okay? I am so grateful to be alive.
Like, check on your friends too.
He tried to
I'm
kill
grateful
himself.
today
He survived.
for every millisecond I get to breathe. Because it was almost all ripped from me by me.
The way he was talking.
What would you say?
I would just put my hand on the
Wait, pause it.
I would just put my hand
He
on my
said when
shoulder.
he was on the train, the guy next to him pointed and laughed at him. Like, as he was going to where he was going to kill himself. That's tough.
Like, I don't.
How did it call a guy?
No, he was probably on the bus crying.
I don't understand.
And
Like,
the
I
dude
don't
just pointed and
understand.
laughed at him.
Like, and another thing for men, in society, they tell men not to cry, not to show no emotion. Bottling that stuff up, is just gonna make everything worse. Boys should cry. Everyone should cry. Let it all out.
Yeah, you shouldn't hold back your emotions. And you should, like I don't get how people, like, ignore other people's pain. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be so focused on yourself that you're not trying to help other people.
And I would just say, I'm here for you. I got you. We need to be a society that comes together for every person in the community that's going through hell. And in order to do that, every person that's going through hell, whatever hell, has to be honest about their pain. And if they're going to be honest about their pain, we are going to collectively answer the call and be there for that individual. Because if you don't see beauty in the next person you meet, you're not looking hard enough.
You're incredible, dude. This is an honor for me.
Dang, I'm glad he survived.
From this point on, I want to make an effort to
He said,
contribute
"That's a
and
good
immerse
story.
myself in the conversation, so I'm pledging to donate $1 million to various suicide prevention organizations, with the first $250,000 going immediately to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, so they can increase their
That's a lot
capacity
of
to help
money.
those in need. For anyone watching, I want you to know you are not alone, and most of the time, crisis passes. So if you or anyone you know feels alone or trapped, I encourage anyone to call or even text the suicide or crisis hotline. Both of those numbers are below, and although this is a tough conversation, it's important because things can and will get better. It's time to start a new chapter in my life as I continue to educate both myself and others on
I'm glad he
suicide.
gave him this platform.
I'm humbled and thankful to say, this is just the beginning.
You are not alone. Yeah, like that's the suicide. Look, like even in a black home, mental health and taking care of yourself isn't like going to a psychologist and stuff is seen like it's a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
they really don't do something.
because like
We just
Stop making
okay.
it.
Let's just be honest. It's there. Like, black people don't believe in
Yeah.
therapy. Therapists, like, what's his name said it? Jay-Z said it that like he would pay a lot of money to go see a therapist. Most people wouldn't because
they think it's a joke. Like what can a therapist do for me? But the thing is, after taking like AP psychology, you learn that people take this the right way. People aren't special. By special, I mean like the things you go through, they can be solved. It's not like it's this rare thing that you're going through by yourself that nobody can help you with. There's a lot of help out there for people because even the things that people do and go through is like predictable. So that's a good thing for us so people can help us with it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody? Everybody just staring at the
I don't know. This is
I was in deep thought thinking.
suicide is I don't know.
Just like you're not alone.
And another thing, like, stop being mean. Like, it's not.
I know
like,
there be kids our age, like, really
stop
be
being
like,
mean.
Like,
Like,
you know
tell
what you
for
said
what-
about
for
what
what?
that boy said to you feeding the homeless people. He didn't have to say that.
What he say?
He's like, I don't care about anything you're doing at all. All she did was say
Like,
retweet
all
it.
that, like, you don't have to dry hate. You just shut your mouth.
You
don't
didn't have to say
nothing. Like,
Bye.
you don't have to say
What time
nothing.
is it that she leaving? Like,
whatsoever.
oh. Well, guys, it's time for class. Okay? So, like I said, if you need any, like, help, need somebody to talk to, we're always available. Okay?
We're gonna tag the Twitters.
Yeah, so you can DM any of us anytime and talk.
I
Because
love conversation.
I get that sometimes you can't talk to your family and it's better to talk to a complete stranger. And we're the right strangers to talk to.
I understand.
Thank you guys for watching.
She understands. Y'all.
Yeah.